European lawmakers are getting to grips with artificial intelligence and its ability to undermine electoral integrity. This amid concerns that AI could fuel the proliferation of disinformation as campaigning intensifies. Under a new content moderation law, tech companies must step up efforts to fight online disinformation. William Denslow has more from Brussels.
Electioneering has changed a lot since the first European elections back in 1979. New technology has brought with it new threats to democracy, prompting calls from senior European Union officials to protect the election process. They say information manipulation and the spreading of deceptive content online poses a serious security threat. They fear that, over time, misinformation can also erode trust in political institutions and breed apathy among voters.
Free and fair and democratic processes, of course, are at the heart of our democracies. So it's very important that we are indeed monitoring potential foreign interference.
To do this, the EU is working with academics, journalists and tech firms to fight against foreign information interference and manipulation. A key tool in their arsenal is this website, the EU versus Disinformation platform. It collects and counters what it calls examples of disinformation campaigns from Russia, regarded by the bloc as the major culprit. A charge that Moscow denies. Since 2015, the site has compiled over 17,000 cases, and EU officials expect pro-Kremlin activities to intensify as voting day approaches. This election season, the EU Statistics Office Eurostat is offering data and fact-checking services for the first time. It's part of a wider effort to fight misinformation ahead of the elections. Another big concern this year is the potential threat posed by artificial intelligence. On their part, most EU political parties have signed a voluntary code of conduct, pledging not to make or spread unlabelled deepfakes and other AI-generated content. And under the new Digital Services Act, the EU is also working with the biggest players in social media to monitor potential threats and to ensure clear labels on political ads and AI deepfakes.
We come together with the very large online platforms and we discuss with them, we go through risk scenarios, we check what they do to protect election on their social media platforms. So of course the dialogue is constant and I think we're improving.
The EU will soon have another legal tool to ensure online accountability. The AI Act, signed in March, is a far-reaching law aimed at boosting innovation whilst providing protections from some of the dangers presented by this rapidly evolving technology.
We have worked together to have a regulation that respects human rights in the digital age and that guarantees the ethics and the values that we defend in Europe.
The law wasn't passed in time to be implemented for the upcoming European polls. But in the future, manipulated election content will be watermarked, so voters will know if what they're seeing is authentic or not.
Anyone that would be developing or deploying artificial intelligence in a political context, in a political setting, would need to go through the requirements under the Act, which basically mean transparency, explainability, and ultimately trust and confidence, because this is what you want.
As lawmakers in Europe adapt to the challenges posed by AI, they're calling on the public to be vigilant and join the fight against information manipulation. William Denslow, CNA, Brussels.